Hey there you guys, welcome back. Today we are going to look at some orchids that I have in bloom and in spike. Orchids are pretty fascinating because most of them have such long bloom periods that it's just, I don't know, you kind of get a little bit, bored is the wrong word, but since you have them for so long, you kind of get used to them and you stop noticing them. And I do have some of those, well actually one in particular. This particular one, this Cataleya, it's a BLC Luciento Doro, and when it first came out, I'll put a picture, with the ones in bloom I'm going to put a picture up in the corner, except for one. He's infected with mealybugs. After this video I'm going to chop off the flower spike. So this one came out as yellow, and as it ages it goes to this beautiful orange color. Absolutely beautiful. This particular flower, spike, has been going for at least 2 months. It's been sitting beside the couch watching me eat my dinner, watching me watch TV each day, yeah, I enjoy looking at it. There's no fragrance, which I wish there was because it's right by my face at the couch. But that's this one. It's doing really, really well. I'm gonna be sad when it's gone, but I've really grown accustomed to this one. I'm looking to new ones at the moment. I do have some new growth here. I don't know whether you're able to see it, but there's some new growth here, so soon this new growth will produce buds and take over for this one. Usually they flower once, maybe twice in a year, but we'll see how this one does. If it flowers for 2 months at a time, it's alright to have a little bit of time off. Another one is another Cataleya type orchid. This one is a Pio T. I'm not sure what that is. Looks like the parents are Brassia Beauty and SLC Bright Angel. So as you can see, it's got beautiful color. It's a lovely red with that yellowy orange in the center. And again, no real fragrance to speak of. I really can't notice anything, but the flowers are still rather new. I'm noticing that with a lot of the Cataleya type orchids, they start to produce a fragrance a little bit later on as the flower ages. Some of them are right away, don't get me wrong, but some of them, as they mature, they start to really produce a fragrance. So that's this one. I really enjoy this one. I think the first time it bloomed for me, I only got 1 flower. Now the spike has 3, so that's wonderful. And this one, I'm going to say this one flowered about 6 or 8 months ago for me. So maybe 2 blooms per season or per year. And I'm not noticing any real new growth at the moment. So generally after they flower, that's when the new growth starts to happen. So that's that one. Another one that you've seen, actually all of these you've probably seen if you followed the Plants and Things What's Growing page or just my Plants and Things Facebook page. I've taken photos as they started to open. This one here is my Brassia Thrysodes, Thryssodes, gem. This one here, I believe I got it from Marsh Hollow. Yes, this one's from Marsh Hollow. It was one of his divisions, and Mario, his division, and it's doing really, really nice. I had this plant for almost 2 years, and now it's finally just started to put out a bloom spike. It was a lot of neglect on my end. I'm sure it would have flowered much sooner. And I've got this beautiful new growth, and that's where the flower came from. But it was really just sitting doing nothing. Perhaps it was just to do with the repot, because when I got it, I think they were just old back bulbs, so and it had already flowered. So that's this one, the Brassia. I have the Brassia seedlings. I'll have to do an update on those soon enough. They're not really doing very much, that's why I haven't done an update on them, but they're still alive, well, some of them. And what are we going to do next? This here is my tried and true Phalaenopsis. I'm not sure what this is. I think it's like almost a species, but it's very fragrant. It's very spicy. I enjoy this one so much. This one has been ravaged by mealybugs recently. Again, flower pictures up top. This one has a mutated flower. This particular variety has mutated flowers quite often. So the photo you're going to see is the mutated flower. It does have regular flowers when it has a full set of blooms, but always there's 2 or 3 that are a little bit wonky, and I think I like that about it. And it's got a beautiful fragrance, like I said. It's been ravaged by mealybugs. I was spraying it with an insecticidal soap, but I'm finding that doesn't really do anything for mealybugs. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I found that taking them into the shower and spraying them off with a nice good jet of water, but obviously being careful not to damage my plant and the flowers. I know that if I spray the flowers I'll probably get brown spots, but sometimes I just don't care. Either the flower spike goes because the mealybugs really like the flowers. Excuse me, really like the flowers. So I want to enjoy some of the flowers. They don't bloom that often. This one blooms all the time for me. So I'm a liar, but yeah, I'm finding that a jet of water really works well. Kind of like aphids, using a jet of water just to spray them off is really a good thing. And I haven't, since I've sprayed them, I haven't really noticed too much of an outbreak after that. Whereas when I would spray it with insecticidal soap, within a couple of days, maybe a week, I would see another one on there, and it would be so frustrating. I felt so defeated. Another one that I have here is Nepenthes Heavensent. So this one is supposedly related, again, flower photos up top. This one is related to the Cherry Baby. And usually there's a fragrance. I think that this one just started opening, I think 2 days ago. And it doesn't have a fragrance yet. When I first bought it, it did have a fragrance, so maybe these ones take a couple of days in order for the flower to really get its fragrance going. This is a really nice branching stem. It's just going to be a mass of flowers up there. It looks really nice. Bring that a little closer so you can see the spike. Hopefully you're able to see it. I'm in the background. What else do we have here? I have this cute little Phalaenopsis Pulcheriana, P-U-L-C-H, Pulcheri, I don't know. Anyway, this is really beautiful. Again, look at the photo up here. I wish I had the yellow variety, because where you see the dark purple on the petals, on the yellow variety, it's yellow where the light purple is, and then where the dark purple is, it's white. So it's really striking. It almost looks like it's got a thick layer on it. These ones are really adorable, very cute. And also today, just before the video, as I was pulling it down, we're starting to get cooler nighttime temperatures here where I live. And that means flower spike production for Phalaenopsis. So if you live in a tropical zone and it doesn't really have much of a if it doesn't really have much of a fluctuation, oh, that's going in the blooper reel. Anyway, you'll notice that they don't really produce flower spikes. So if you're able to put them in a space that does get a temperature drop about 10 or 15 degrees at night, during the day it's about 25 to 30 degrees Celsius, but at nighttime it's about 15 degrees Celsius. So that's a fairly significant drop. And if you're in Fahrenheit, it would be even more. You'll probably want to go from the high 80s down into the 70s. So yeah, these flowers are really unique, and very excited that I've got a new flower spike started here. I didn't notice that until just a few minutes ago. Very exciting. Me and Phalaenopsis really have a good relationship, but I'm not a big fan of Phalaenopsis. They're very ordinary. I'm trying to get back into the species. Danny, if you're watching, I totally understand what you mean. The regular run-of-the-mill Phalaenopsis has really run its course for me. They're beautiful and it's hard not to buy them, but the species is where it's at, with the very unique, pretty well fragrant flowers, and they've got really interesting color formations. Then this is the Zygopetalum. Don't know what exact type this Zygopetalum is. It came without a tag. We've seen this many times in my videos, and this has its flower spike. I'll have to move this up to my table. This was down in the grow space. First I'm going to spray it down just in case there's any mealybugs on it. But yeah, it's looking really nice. We got the flower spike happening here. Super excited. I love the smell of hyacinths, especially since hyacinths say spring to me, and right now they're starting to sell fall mums. So I get depressed when I go to the garden centers right now. They've got the ornamental cabbage, the fall mums, and all the other fall planting stuff, and it's still summer. So the smell of hyacinths will be very welcome. It'll remind me of spring. And last is this Phalaenopsis that is... A lot of you really like this Phalaenopsis. Let me bring it a little bit closer. A lot of you really like it. Whenever I show it, it's one of your favorites. And this one has been hit hard with mealybugs. There's all kinds of mealybugs up in the top, in the flower spikes. So I'm going to remove all the flowers, and it's going to hurt, but it's getting close to the season where they produce more flower spikes, so I'm not really worried. In a few months it'll have a spike again. So I just want to try to eradicate the mealies wherever I can. And I actually did that with this Phalaenopsis. I removed all the flower spikes, and then immediately it sent out a new flower spike right here. So it's not a complete loss. I know what's going to happen. I've done it before. So another thing, this video has been very long, and I apologize. I just wanted to show you a couple of my little babies here. This is the Angrecum. This is Angrecum elephantinum. I don't know. It's doing really nice. Ilona, this is similar to the one that you had, and before we were mentioning that there wasn't much signs of life, like they looked alive, but there wasn't any new growth. This one is putting out a new leaf. I don't know that you're able to see it there, but there is a new leaf. Let me get right up close there. And as usual, it's going to focus on my face and not on the plant. There we go. Hopefully it's coming in. And then we've also got this Sadira Japonica, or Sadira Japonica. It's looking really nice. It's been putting out new leaves. I wonder if it's going to start sending out another flower spike because of the temperature change, like other Phalaenopsis. It's not a Phalaenopsis, but it has very similar growth habits to them, so I assume that they would like a temperature fluctuation as well. And we've got the roots. They're growing out the sides of the mesh pot. I don't know what's going to happen when I go to repot this thing. But it's looking beautiful. It's really healthy. I had some mealies on this, but I zapped them off with the stream of water, and I haven't seen them back yet. So I keep watching, and I can't believe that I've kept this alive. My Phoenician falcata. I've still got this one. It's looking really little still, not really growing very much. I need to water these. The Angrecum, the Phoenicia, and the Sadira pretty well every other day. The medium, it's growing in sphagnum moss solely, but it's such a small amount of moss that it dries out daily. So I let them have a little bit of a dry period, but then I kind of run them under the tap and give them a drink, and we're good to go again. And then last but not least, it's the Herella retrocala. This one here is super cute. We saw this from one of the orchid shows that I went to. It's starting to produce something down at the base. If it's flower spikes, I'm really excited. But this one also had mealybugs all over its stem, and it really scared me because there was a bunch on it. And again, I just went through with the hose, or not the hose, with the spray nozzle, and I sprayed them all off, gave it a good soaking, and hopefully I will keep my eyes on it. Hopefully we've got it under control. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this update. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and join us at the Plants and Things What's Growing page. We have a great group of people over there, really friendly, fun, lots of fantastic photos, and helpful group. Oh my goodness. I don't have a lot of time to be a part of it every day, so I'm really happy that some of you really do your best to answer everybody's questions and be friendly while you're doing it. I want to keep it as a very open forum where beginners as well as experts can just go and talk and enjoy the hobby. We weren't all experts to begin with, and that's what I strive for. I strive to make everybody feel included. Gotta start somewhere. So, and also join the Plants and Things regular Facebook page, and yeah, have a good day everyone, until next time. So anyway, I just wanted to share this with you. These were the offsets, the bigger bulbs that were offsets to the original main plant. And this one here doesn't seem to be doing very well. Somebody ate the growth top right off of